If the Piedmont Triad International Airport's the new downtown of the Piedmont Triad region, as a UNC business professor recently called it, you could say tonight's newsmaker is the mayor. When I first interviewed Airport Executive Director Kevin Baker 9 years ago, just 4,500 people worked on the airport's campus. Today, nearly 9,000 people do, and that number is about to grow even more. And despite this and other changes, he is determined not to drift away from the airport's two-part mission. What truly defines Piedmont Triad International? Is it the travel destination or the job creation?
It's both. That is our mission statement, to make sure that we're watching out for both of those things.
Where are we heading to?
Yeah, so we've just left the airport area. Basically, we're heading out the exit of the airport, and we're going to head over to our north and west, to the north and west side of our newer runway.
And it's in this area where some major job creation's about to happen. Two major facilities are going up here. Marshall Aerospace's $50 million 250-worker maintenance facility, and Boom Supersonic's $500 million 1,700-plus worker supersonic jet factory. In fact, if you look to the south from Interstate 73, you see the FedEx Express package hub and the Boom construction site in the foreground. The factory's foundation work is well underway. Here, we're standing on the airport's new taxiway bridge over Interstate 73, looking south.
So Boom is being constructed on that side. You're actually standing on a taxiway that will eventually get built straight through there. This truck is rolling right
to the
up
runway.
To the runway.
Yeah.
So that truck is rolling up the center line of the taxiway right now, and that taxiway will go down to the runway. On the other side of it will be Marshall.
But the Boom and Marshall sites combined represent only 10% of the available land the airport has for development. Look on the other side of Interstate 73, where an old golf course used to be. The airport's clearing more than 1,000 potentially job-producing acres. Is it feasible to think this airport could be in the running for a major passenger airplane manufacturing facility, the likes of Boeing or Airbus?
It's absolutely feasible. There's no question. I think that the industry really has its eyes on us, and a lot of that was because of Boom. Because that was a worldwide search. A lot of people were watching what was happening there.
Are you still actively recruiting passenger carriers, and are you recruiting them as aggressively as you are aerospace companies?
Absolutely. We have not slowed down on that at all. Unfortunately, over the last 3 or 4 years now, there hasn't been much hunting to be done. Right? Because the airlines are just trying to survive through COVID.
So you haven't maxed out on carriers. You expect that number to grow?
Yes.
As long as the community will support it.
And I think that's a really important point, Neil.
Yeah.
Because when we do get new service, the community has to support it. Because if we don't fill these airplanes up, they're not going to stay.
And when it comes to the other part of the airport's mission of being a travel destination, the combined number of passengers boarding for departures and returning on arrivals is up, but still well below what it was pre-COVID. As for the terminal itself, the airport authorities considering some big future changes, including reducing the number of gates and jetways, some of which aren't being used.
Right now there's 25 gates. We'll have something less than that. I don't know what the number will be. But again, expandable back out to some even bigger than 25 if we ever needed it.
He also points out the lower level baggage claim area wasn't part of a major terminal renovation a few years back, and to expect some future improvements here. If you had a message for my audience right here, right now, about this airport, what would it be?
I would encourage them to recognize and see this airport as different than any other that they've probably ever been in, where it's, yes, a place of transportation, but also, and maybe more importantly, a place of employment, and that it's going to be that in droves going forward.
In fact, right now, PTI has more aerospace employees working on the airport campus than all other airports in North Carolina combined. In terms of travel, just last week, low-cost carrier Silver Airways announced daily nonstop flights from Greensboro to Nashville and Orlando starting next month. And then today, as we mentioned earlier in the newscast, United is adding daily nonstops to and from Denver in September. And in the terminal, in addition to new escalators just installed, new doors are being installed at all the entrances, and every restroom in the building is going to be remodeled.
Well, while we're talking about a question I feel like a lot of people at home would have, what would you say to people who think that it's still cheaper to fly out of maybe a Raleigh or a Charlotte as opposed to Greensboro?
He's used to that question, and he gave me the same answer he gave me 9 years ago. Check first, because that's not always true. And I can vouch for that from my own personal experience. He also asked, what value do you place on your personal time and your personal hassle?
Big one.
How much is that 90-minute drive worth after a long flight? It's also harder to park, and traffic's heavier at those other airports. It's why the words "fly easy" are a big part of PTI's marketing and branding, and Baker doesn't see that changing anytime soon.
Makes perfect sense.
Got it.